National Taxi Alliance. We also have member to the C of the provincial legislature. We also have representatives from the Gauteng e-hailing services. And then next to the Gauteng e-hailing services, we have the councillor of the ward, where Maponya Mall is. So MEC, we are going to hand over to yourselves just to give an update of where we are. MEC.
Thank you very much, and good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I think we just want to say to people of Soweto, people of Gauteng, that we now have things under control, and we just met with the Soweto e-hailers organization. It's different organizations, about 16 of them, that were here with us in the morning with the center manager, as well as the taxi association represented here by Siyanda Mvelase, and the councillor of the area. Over the weekend, the center manager has been in contact with the family to assist them in various things that include the family of Mvelase, that includes assisting with the burials and all the processes. The family is now still at the hospital, finalizing the processes there. You know that there's a need for forensic investigations and many other things that has to do with our late Siyanda Mvelase. And we will be visiting the family immediately after this, and also visiting those who are in hospitals. We have formed a funeral preparatory team with our e-hailers here in Soweto, as well as the center management, the taxi association, and ourselves. The law enforcers are still busy with the investigations. There's a lot of allegations over the weekend coming out, and we are waiting for a formal report from investigating officers to tell us what is it that they have discovered thus far. Siyanda Mvelase will be buried in KZN. Obviously, that's the process of the family. We just organized ourselves as Gauteng, Department of Roads and Transport, the municipality, and the associations that are here to help us ensure that Siyanda Mvelase is buried and has a better send home. We are very thankful to the center management for the work they've been doing, working closely with the family. We are requesting people who claim to be representing the family to allow the family the space to mourn and grieve their loved ones. And from our side, there's a representative that was formally handed over to us over the weekend to work closely with us and the center management in the preparation. And that's why you have seen us this morning expanding the team to involve the e-hailers themselves, so that we are able to send their loved ones back home in KZN. So that's how far we are. We're still waiting for reports of investigating officers. You know that we should not tamper. They're still collecting information from different sources, but we are confident that we'll reach finality. One important issue from our side is to organize the e-hailers in our province, and we have started today, and we are happy with the leadership of Ntate and the Gauteng e-hailers to have organized these different organizations here in Soweto. I must say that this morning we also had a team of new people coming to the table. So we have agreed that we need finality on who do we talk to and how do we assist them. We have also opened a toll lab here to assist them. From 8 to 10:30, we only had one e-hailer coming for us as a Department of Roads and Transport to assist them. So we would like you, members of the media, to help us help them to know that we are here. We've opened a toll lab to assist them with permit issues that they have and take them through what needs to happen. But there's commitment from our side. Every Monday we are here to assist the center manager in accreditate those who must operate here. We are happy that Sowetans are making their own determination to organize themselves better. So we plead with every e-hailer in Soweto to really come on board so that we know how to assist them and what are their challenges. But so far so good. They are now in the toll lab going through the processes of how to go about. There was a cry that there's no filtering of information down, and now we're happy that all of them are on board and will be able to assist them as a department. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Let's take a round of hands. We'll see whether we'll take the second round of hands. Maybe let me take anyone. Number 1, number 2, any other? All right, please introduce yourself and the media house you come from.
MEC Veronica Maponya here from Newsroom Africa. Some of the community members are saying that, look, while there is an agreement with e-hailing and taxi drivers, they want something more legitimate on paper. How far are we in regards to the regulation process for e-hailing drivers? Secondly, I hear that you will be seeing the family just after this visit, but there is still the issue of a passerby, Barati, who got shot. What is the process of speaking to that family? What do you know about her progress as well? Thank you.
Okay, number 2. All right.
One of the questions has been asked by my colleague, but just a question on, I mean, there's been engagements before. It's not the first time that there's been this feud between these operators. Are you anywhere closer to finding an amicable solution to this? What will it take for you to find a solution? What is really needed to find or to bring this way?
All right, I saw a third hand. Yes.
Yes, from the Star newspaper. My question would be to the center management. There has not been any outright response from the management on what the interventions they've come up with in relation to the challenges that both the taxi industry and the e-hailing industry is facing in its premises. Can we get a word out of the management to say this is the situation and these are the issues and this is basically the intervention from the management?
Maybe let me start from the last one. With Premier Panyaza Lesufi in our talk over the weekend is that we should assist the center management in strengthening security in the precinct, and to know that Gauteng is rolling out cameras, and this is one of the precincts in this area that we said should be prioritized and to assist the center to strengthen its own security. We will be visiting the family of Baratile just to go through with them on the issues. Remember, colleagues, we were all a bit emotional and we thought we need to come back to the drawing board, and today we now have a team that will deal with what happened on Wednesday last week in Maponya, and this is a team that includes everyone, government, the e-hailers themselves, taxi associations, and the center manager. So we are confident that whatever happened will not happen again. Law enforcers are also part of this team, so that we need to ensure not only safety of the center, but safety of the community members in this area. We are confident that, and that's why you see us also in all our meetings having the taxi association. It's our interest that the e-hailers and the taxi associations work together in providing public transport services in Gauteng. So you will always see them together. And this is out of what we've been working on for the past 7 months in the province, to make sure that they all come to the drawing board and they all talk to the issues that are their challenges. And Bontate here have committed themselves. A lot of e-hailers are their children. And we want to assist, and that's why you see us that first thing is to get them properly organized and then assist them to be legalized, to be able to operate legally, and then deal with the other challenges they have. Amongst the challenges they have is exploitation from the apps that they are participating. So there's a whole lot of issues that they are raising with us. Some are within our control, some are not within our control. And there's commitment for self-determination. There's commitment that MEC, if only government can assist us to self-determine and establish our own e-hailing apps where we can be in control as young South Africans that are participating in this. So we are looking at various issues, and that's why there's a commitment that every Monday we are sitting here with e-hailers and the taxi associations here, because if we think in other areas we are having it easier because of the working relationship and collaboration. An example is just a stone throw away from here. It's Protea Glen Mall, and the talks started here in Maponya Mall. It's just that there were misunderstanding of who is a leader, how do we work together to champion some of the issues. And this we see it with different groupings. When we go to a meeting, there's a new group that comes. Unlike in other areas, we are told in Tshwane, there's a model that works for Gauteng e-hailers and the taxi industry. So we are going to next Monday look into all these models and see how we help the Sowetans that are determined to provide public transport services to their people here in Soweto. So we are here as government. We're hopeful that the city will join us next week when we assist, and that's why we've opened our offices close by here in Soweto to also be able to be responsive as and when. This is a new smart licensing center. We still to open it, and part of the reason was to make sure that we take services to where people are. And unfortunately, or fortunately for us, we are now migrating also the toll lab to assist public transport service providers. And that's why we're calling on Sowetans that have interest in e-hailing, that have interest in scholar transport, to come on board. Ntate here has created a platform on a monthly basis for taxi industry as well as e-hailers, councillors and community leaders to sit around the table about the happenings of this precinct, how do people move around, and many other things, creating jobs, who gets to be employed here in Maponya. It's a platform, it's never done. We have never seen private sector being as active as what center, this center, Ntate Maponya, is. This is a real and a truthful resemblance of what Ntate Maponya was to us as communities of Soweto. So, and that's why you see us also as Department of Roads and Transport having to establish a traffic department, what you used to call traffic department. We're calling it a smart licensing center, which also assists. So if you want any information on how do I become a scholar transport, how do I become an e-hailing operator, come here, we'll help you, we'll take you through all the steps to ensure that you are legal. But you must know, we do not agree to illegal operators on our road, because it's a responsibility. It's not just a business, but it's a business that makes you move people from one point to another, and you need to be properly licensed. It used to be at 45 Commissioner here in Johannesburg. We now have brought it here in Soweto, close to you, and please just come over. We'll also be able to assist. We are not happy with the numbers because we pronounced this last week Thursday, and the numbers are very low. So we are saying to everyone, please come forward so that we assist you.
All right. Okay, this is the last round of hands, colleagues. So speak now, forever hold your peace. So I'll take you first, one, and then the gentleman at the back, and then I'll have you as a follow-up newsroom. All right. There's number 4 and 5. I don't see you, my sister. Oh yes, number 4 and number 5, and then I'll come back to you, number 6. Then we close. Right. Precise to the point, please. Number 1.
Colin Hans, Jozi FM. MEC, now that you speak about bringing a smart center here and having to lobby everybody to come in to find information about this, I just want to find out from the e-hailing side to say there have been talks about delay of regulating this industry. So how do we then match this from bringing this here whilst the regulation is far back?
Okay, second one.
My name is Mika and I'm from MEC Diale-Tlabela. Two easy questions, MC. First one, can you safely say illegal are safe to operate? Let's be safe. Question number one. Question number two, you mentioned something like there's new information that has come. Are you able to divulge it or is still classified information? Thank you.
Right, next one. Here's my number three.
Dr. Theo, this is just for the Taxi Association. We know last week that you mentioned that the associations do not know what happened, what transpired. But what do you say about this incident and the continued image that it has put taxi operators, a very negative one? How do we stop, pointing the finger at the associations when this type of violence takes place? But also, how do you deal with some of those rogue elements within the associations?
Okay, one over.
I just wanted to get a comment. There were also allegations about other illegal operators that are operating here. Are there only part of these talks that are taking place? And what is the plan with regards to those that have been called Amapela themselves that are said not to be under e-hailing or taxi operators? Are there any engagements with them? What's the way forward from now?
Thank you. Public broadcaster. If you can just raise your voice.
A lack of regulation has been at the heart of the flaring up of violence between taxi operators and e-hailing drivers. And right now, MEC, you say that you can ascertain that this will not happen again. But how will that be possible if there is still no regulation in terms of ensuring that both sides are regulated and know what exactly is required of the two industries?
Thank you. And the last one.
We are from ground up. I just want to find out from you, the management and the MEC, to say that are all operators allowed to enter anymore in Gauteng to pick up and drop off, or is only here in Maponya Mall?
Okay. All right. We're wrapping up, MEC.
Thank you. We've been sitting with different e-hailing organization at the provincial level. And the sense we get, and similar to the Taxi Association, is that in platforms that we have created as a provincial government, there seem to be an agreement. But when you get to the ground, there's really a huge gap between the provincial leaders as well as those who are on the ground. And there's a gap that requires to be bridged, and there's a gap that we need to, as a Department of Roads and Transport, with our MMCs in municipalities, to work on and ensure that this disparity is closed. With the taxi industry, what we have done is, in our meetings, we also call the regional leaders. But with the e-hailers, and I think they will confirm, you'll have 100+ people coming in to represent themselves in the meeting. And that's why the MEC has then requested different organizations to forward 2 people that they say will represent them in platforms where the MEC discusses issues and challenges of the e-hailers themselves. A quite difficult and complex thing to do, and Soweto has exposed me to more. That today you sit, like on Thursday, we were sitting with a grouping from 9 to 12 o'clock. When we went out to communicate what is the decisions of that meeting, we were told that those are not our leaders, hey, we are the rightful leaders. And we came back, sat with another set of leaders, including those who were with in the morning, make decisions together, agreed and went out to communicate. Today it's a Monday. Come to the meeting, there's a new set of people again who says we are e-hailers leaders. So it's a complex issue. And that's why I'm pleading with everyone to help us give information to e-hailers. There is no way, let me tell you, There is no way we will get it right if they are not organized. Because from time to time, we move forward, 5 steps backward, and then tomorrow, and that's what the center has been experiencing. Tomorrow there's a new set of people who come, you must start afresh, and there's always different issues. When there are issues of operations that needs to be corrected, there's issues of access and accessibility that needs to be corrected. And I tell you, the taxi industry in our province, in Gauteng, they have agreed that it's important to integrate, it's important to coexist and share in the province economy with all other operators. And that's why we have a platform every Friday where all of them sit, and we're dealing first with issues of ensuring that everybody is legal. Coming to the issues of regulation, not only of e-hailers, including of scholar transport, we are dependent on National Department of Transport to finalize the regulations. This morning, the acting DG confirmed to me to say, MEC, because we've been raising that we have a platform where we sit with all these different operators, and we need the regulations to be finalized. And we are self-determining as Gauteng on how we want to organize ourselves. There's various proposals on the solution on the table. There's self-determination, to tell the truth, that look, it's an opportunity for us to come up with a Gauteng e-hailing app, which all of us will be responsible for, as government, as those who are in this business, and together, working together to do that. We have assigned our team in Gauteng to help us enhance the idea and see how we take it forward. There's no way that you can operate when you are not identifiable. There's young women in this province and in this country who cry of their safety. All of us who use e-hailing app, first thing that we think is, am I going to be safe? And one of the things that is a huge challenge is safety. We know some apps are notorious of not being safe, and as a result, all of us have moved away from using those apps. And at the end of the day, as government, we are held responsible. And that's why you see us in Gauteng to say, let's work on our own determined e-hailing app, that you as society and communities of Gauteng can hold us responsible for what happened to my daughter who went into this car that pretended to be an e-hailing service. So we're taking control of it. It's unfortunate that these things happened while we are busy finalizing, trying to bring everybody on the table. The e-hailers now, they've seen the importance of organizing themselves better and agreeing. There's already some who are advanced. Tomorrow there's a march. They want the MEC to regulate the price. Who am I regulating the price for? Because a lot who are participating there are illegally operating. A lot who are there, some of them are not South Africans. And to me, it's first for South Africans, it's first for Gauteng communities to make sure that they are also participating in this. This assists in creating jobs, we know that for sure. This assists in bringing bread on the table. And that's why we've availed ourselves every week to sit down and see how we move forward. And we're calling upon e-hailers that please, let's organize ourselves in a better fashion. Law enforcement wants to do their work, and they will impound you when you don't have proper documentations. Our offices are opened. We want to know who is operating, because it can't be free for all. The malls are wanting to assist to create holding spaces to make sure that all of you, with the taxi industry, with anyone who is in this business, to make sure. There's illegal operators everywhere, and we're trying to deal with themselves, legalizing themselves. Yes, of course, we're waiting for the minister to finalize the regulations, but then nothing stops us to self-determine here in Gauteng, because we think that if we get it right for ourselves here in Gauteng, the whole country will be able to get it right. And I'm happy with the groupings that are coming. They're now starting to have an appreciation of the importance of organizing themselves. Really, we had moved, and now we are going back again, because we thought when we move with others, like Gauteng e-hailer services, they're well organized. They've started organizing themselves in regions. properly. So, and there's proper alignment. There's young people, young women who are participating in Gauteng e-hailing services, who now tells me that because now we have moved out of other e-hailing apps and we've joined this South African one, we're now making profits. But the challenge we have is that the competition is too high, and we need to make sure that as government, we are responsible for our communities, we are responsible for South Africans who live here, and we need to make sure that those who need jobs are able to access job, and job opportunities are reinvested. We don't need anyone from anywhere to provide this service, but we need South Africans to be able to appreciate and understand what does it take to get into this business, what are the things that they must do, and how do they make sure that they participate. There will be peace. There will be peace in our province. We are determined. We now have law enforcement working together across the cities. We are now sitting with all public transport operators on the table. All of them agreeing that there's a need for peace and unity to protect the little we have for ourselves as South Africans in Gauteng. So I am confident. There might be challenges there and there, but I'm confident that we are going to arrive at a point where we, as children, as fathers and mothers in the industry of public transport services, we work together and share experiences and transfer skills to one another. The taxi industry knows my stance. They know that I believe that they are not like Dikolobi. I believe that they will work with us to take through, because the e-hailers are still very new. A lot of them is not out of choices because they lost jobs, and this was the next thing to do. Some of them need proper grooming and support, and that's why as government we've put ourselves to support them and make sure that no one stops them from operating. And operations will continue, and we're saying to South Africans, you need to protect this. It should not be like spaza shops. We must be jealous of the opportunities and make sure that we save them, and that's why we are prioritizing South Africans and everybody who's compliant to ensure that they are compliant. So we are hopeful that there will be peace in the industry. You see them, they are here not because they are here to want to ensure that there's peace. What happened here is a new character, if you checked, of a conflict in our country. It has not been like this. We have never seen a person being burnt to ashes. And all of us are concerned, including the taxi industry. And that's why we are saying, let's allow the investigating officers to come up with better information to all of us, because we all deserve a feedback. What happened? Who bent who? And that's why we also are saying, let's strengthen security here in the precinct of Maponya. And part of that is to have cameras so that we see who's moving in and out and who's driving around this area. So those are the issues we are dealing with. Regulations, we've got confirmation that we will be finished with final details that will still go to public participation to different e-hailers. So it's best for us to organize ourselves as e-hailers in Gauteng so that we are able to make input on the new regulations that the minister will be issuing. Thank you very much. I think Kibuile Tsotle, yeah. I don't know if I left anything. The other question was to Ntate Malep.
Yes.
Responding from the taxi industry side, we must concede, though, that our industry has been characterized by violence. And the leadership of the taxi industry has never sat in a meeting where violence was part of its engagement. So it is unfortunate on what actually happened on Friday or Thursday last week. It's still speculation. We're not sure as to who exactly did that, but we are encouraging law enforcement agencies to do their work And we are thankful that there is footage that can actually also assist in that direction. And the sooner that gets nipped in the bud, the better it will be for us all. And with regards to the unruliness and this unbecoming behavior from some quarters of the taxi industry, we distance ourselves from that, as leadership, and we are saying that's sheer thuggery. And where these, acts are actually being spotted by the public, we encourage the public to report those matters to the authorities and ensure that those people are brought to book. We can never be a law unto ourselves. We are law-abiding citizens. We are out there to do a fair and just business practice, and therefore we wouldn't want any other person to come in and disturb in the name of the taxi industry. But let me also hasten to mention that I would like to encourage the e-hailers as well to organize themselves and ensure that they have proper leadership amongst themselves, because currently there is a lot of fragmentation amongst themselves. And what I've also discovered as I went through different malls to try and see as to what is this that is actually transpiring between the industry and the e-hailers, I discovered that there are young guys who actually tout unsuspecting people who are seen carrying heavily on their hands. They are actually being asked if they are in need of transport, and obviously they will say, yes, we need transport. They'll be pointed at a vehicle parked elsewhere to go and board there. They go in there not knowing as to whether that car belongs to an e-hailing services or metered taxis. I have discovered that some vehicles are neither in the e-hailing nor in the metered taxi sector. So there is a lot of unlawlessness in this operation. So we need to actually nip this, and the faster the regulations, the better it would be for us all.
All right, thank you very much, colleagues. That sums up our interview. I'm sure you'll have one-on-ones with various stakeholders, but thank you very much. I did indicate that you have the leadership of the e-hailing services in Gauteng, with the mall center manager, and Tate Malele is also here from the taxi industry, and obviously MEC will take one-on-one upon request. Thank you very much.
We didn't get anything from management. Whatever management has to say a word.
Okay, all right. Management, you must say something. Public one. All right, okay. That is all
right. Thank you. I think on our side, basically, we are going to issue a statement. I'll start by saying that first. But in a nutshell, I would say there's been ongoing engagement with all stakeholders. And I think our stance as a mall has always been that we need to engage everyone. So the reality is this. I think everyone is aware, from e-hailing, taxis, and the community, plus the councillors that we have within, that we've always been engaging. This thing doesn't start now. We've been engaging since 2020. Even now, we're still engaging. Even before the incident, we've already had our meeting where all stakeholders were present. The only stakeholder that was not was basically e-hailing. But again, before this incident happened, there was a planned meeting with e-hailers as well, so as we can address all the issues that are there. So as a mall, we still say all transport services that are offered are allowed within the mall. And the main thing, it has always been, we need to make sure that we comply with the rules and I think the regulations of the country as well. So that's our stance. And as a mall, again, as I've said, e-hailing is welcome within and taxis are still welcome within the mall.